Hello everyone and welcome back to Exam Ignite YouTube channel. This video is on the 5th semester subject, that is Research Methodology and Intellectual Property Rights, subject code of BRMK557. This is an important point to note that this is common for all the SEM branches. So whether you are from EC, CS, Mechanical, Civil, Electrical or any other branch, this video is entire playlist will be useful for you. So do share this video with your friends so that they can score better. So in this video, this is about the module 1, part 1, where I'll be covering the what is research, its objectives, motivation of research, and the types of engineering research. So now one more thing, this notes is prepared by referring to the official VTU syllabus and the model question paper 1, model question paper 2, previous year question papers, that is December, Jan 2025, June, July 2025, December, Jan 2024, and June, July 2024. I have referred these papers to identify the repeated and the important topics, and they are arranged in a very systematic and an exam-oriented manner in the notes. So this module is effectively forms a question bank for you of important questions of module 1. So this is sufficient to answer any question from the module 1 so that you can write well and score 20 marks from the module 1. This video also helps you to understand what to write and how much to write. As this is a theory subject, this is very important, and how to structure your answer. Now, another one, a small request from my side. So preparing this type of notes takes a lot of effort by analyzing the syllabus, these papers and PYQs. So if the video is really helpful, please do like the video and subscribe to Exam Ignite YouTube channel. So currently I'm having a very less subscribers. So my goal is to reach a very good amount of subscribers this year. So your support genuinely motivates me to continue making this type of structured content. So apart from the semester syllabus, I'm also planning to help you with the placement preparation, including the aptitude or programming basics and interview guidance. So this area is very important for especially for the third years. So my aim is to support you all throughout the engineering and your placement journey. I'll be providing you with the videos in the further semesters also. So do like, share and subscribe to Exam Ignite YouTube channel. So regarding the PDF, I am not providing them now currently. So but once I reach a good subscriber count, I am planning to provide the PDF notes for all the subjects. So do subscribe to the channel. And the next part is I'll be showing you this is the overview sheet that I have prepared, where I have listed the syllabus. I have listed all the syllabus topics that are being given, and along with that I have written which year this question has been repeated, either in the model question paper or in the previous year question paper. So like this I have done. So let's move on. You can observe what is research is being asked in all the years. Actually, that definition is very important. Next, moving on, we are having flow cycle that was asked in this paper. In the model question paper, we are having 3 categories of knowledge of research. Then objectives is another one important part that has been repeated. They'll ask with the motivation also. Then comes types of research, a very important topic that has been asked in all the papers. Then finding and solving a worthwhile problem. So till here we'll be covering in this part, and in the next part I'll be moving on to the next. So let's move on. What is research? Define research and explain the research flow cycle with a diagram. So meaning of research, basically it is re and search. So what is re means it is again or over again or new. Search means it is examine closely and carefully. So together if you say it is like carefully systematic study and investigation in some field of knowledge or undertaken by established principles or policies is known as research. So correct definition is it can be described as meticulous and a purposeful endeavor characterized by a methodological pursuit of knowledge or the formulation of novel theories. So what does this involve? It involves formulation of hypothesis, or you can say solution, data analysis, then deductions, then ascertaining whether conditions fit the hypothesis. So it is a process of creating as well as formulating the knowledge that does not exist yet. So this is what about definition of research. Now comes the research flow cycle. In this, it starts with firstly what you have to identify the practical problem, which must be clearly understood in terms of importance, how important the problem is. Next, what it leads to the research question. In that problem, what is the research question that we have to find out, without which one you cannot form any information without that. Next is research also helps in what zero on manageable information and defines a research project. From research question, we will define research project. And what is this research project? It is an activity, or you can say it is a set of activities that leads to the result or to an answer. So final result will help you to solve the practical problem that is initiated in this process. So diagram is very important. You have to write this. Practical problem will motivate you to a research question. You will define a research project, and that will lead to the result or answer that helps to solve the problem. This is the flow. Now, thus you can say this is a systematic flow that begins, and hence you have to explain each step like as I said. So that completes this question. This is enough if they ask it for 10 marks. Next is, what are the three broad categories for developing and accessing knowledge in research? Explain with a diagram. So I prefer you to write the diagrams as much as possible, because once they see the diagram, they understand that you have completely understood the topic. So chances of getting a more marks is high. The building of background of doing the research includes acquiring the ability to connect different areas. So main purpose of research is what? Prepare a mind for active work and not become repository or encyclopedia like that. So research is not merely like reading books or gathering information, but it is what? It is about small yet original contribution to the existing body of knowledge. What is the contribution you are giving? It focuses on what? Posing relevant questions and finding the answers in a systematic manner. So, what are the three broad categories that are developing and accessing the knowledge? We are having three categories. One is observation. First one, it is a fundamental way of obtaining the information from a source. So, what you have to observe something when the subject is strange or exciting or difficult to observe, like examples in the laboratory measurements. How do you write that? By observing. Surveys about some subjects, you observe it. Then time taken for the firmware routine to run. So then comes the model, second one. This is what it is about: approximated, and often it is simplified description of the complex interactions. Like you can say statistic relationship, you will write it in a simple format than figures or in the mathematical equations. So this will help in understanding the complex systems in a manageable and easy format. Next comes the process or procedures. This is what this category involves: arranging or doing things, what it is being desired. So to achieve the desired result. It is what you have to it will like processes or algorithms you write, procedures or arrangements or reference diagrams. These are all comes under this part, this category. So this includes what you can have a good specific desired outcome you can get through this category. So here also diagram is compulsory. You can observe, you have to write it as model, observation, and the last one, that is process that we have done. So in that, this includes model means writing in terms of map, graph, picture, equations, descriptions, like that. Then observation means you are giving conditions like what happens. Then in process, it includes algorithm, procedure, arrangement, reference design. Next comes some of the additional points. If you have this, if you have time, you can add it. Like good research involves systematic collection and analysis of the information. So to infer beyond already known information with a significant value of addition is known as research. So usually what you have to find the research area, identify the topic in that, what is the problem that they are facing. Then sometimes it can be transversal, can be reversed also. The problem in that problem, what is the topic and area that is occurring due to connection between the problems. So thus you can say knowledge and research developed through observation, by modeling, and by processes enabling the systematic and meaningful research outcomes. Next comes define the engineering research and list its aims and objectives. Firstly, what is engineering research is? Engineering research is aimed at solving a new or important problems using the scientific approach. So it is the conclusion is unknown at the beginning, and it merges only at the end of the research process. So in the engineering research, it applies scientific approaches to seek the answers open to questions. So here what you particularly suited for only certain approach depending upon the nature of problem, the study. Then what are the aims? The first main aim is to solve new as well as the important problems that arise. Second one is engineering research aims to obtain new conclusions which are not known at the start of study. Then it aims at applying the scientific methods to answer the open-ended questions. Then comes the objectives. Coming to the objectives, his main objective is to develop a new theoretical or an applied knowledge. Then engineering research objectives are not necessarily limited to the obtaining the abilities to get a desired result. It is about following the types of research studies, that you can say formulative research or descriptive research or diagnostic research or hypothesis testing research. So these are the areas where focuses on scientific problem solving and development of the new knowledge and answering to the open research questions through a systematic study. Coming to the motivation. Motivation is the intention of doing research may be due to one or more motivating factors influencing an individual to engage in the engineering research. Motivation in engineering research, it is firstly intrinsic motivation, that is inside. It's like inside a person there is an interest of doing something or a challenge, learning or to meaning and the purpose. These are all the strongly like to create a creative performance. So these types of factors come under the intrinsic motivation. Extrinsic motivation means these are the factors that includes if you do this research, you may get rewards for a good work such as money, fame, awards, prize, or status, like that. Next comes this is a very strong motivators, this type of extrinsic factors, because they block the creativity. But here you are forced to do something because of getting something. So that is how this extrinsic motivation is. Example, you can say a research outcome may enable obtaining a patent. You may get a patent by which you get money and you become rich and famous. So these are the other end of the motivation. Influence from others. So like somebody other is doing to compete with them by the competition through the collaboration, the commitment and encouragement. These are the other extrinsic like influencing from others motivating factors. Also, you can give an example like friends are doing research or when the person wants to do better than others. These are some of the situations. Personal motivation is nothing but it includes like unsolved problems you are taking and solving, intellectual joy, a service you are providing some service to the community, and respectability. This is a personal motivation. By combining the intrinsic and extrinsic factors, it is wanting to be better than what to be achieved in the world. And you are improving the state of art in the technology, contributing to the improvement of the society. Then you are fulfilling of historical legacy in the immediate socio-cultural context. So other motivating factors can also include like government directives. They will motivate involvement in the research. Then funding opportunities in some research areas, they give funding. Then terms of employment. So this can influence the participation in this type of research. So thus these are all the combination of the intrinsic, extrinsic, socio, personal and other factors drive the individuals. It motivates them towards the research activities. Next comes the main important question that enlist and explain the different types of research. So this question, the different forms that is just asked, like this is asked in the model question paper 1 and this is asked in the model question. You need to write out the differences clearly between them in the model question paper 2 and briefly explain them in the June-July 2025 paper and various types of engineering research and explain them. This is in the December-Jan 2025, the different formats of asking the question. So classifying them based on the nature of the problem, objective or the method of analysis we are having. The first type is descriptive research versus the analytical research. In the descriptive research, it consists of surveys and the fact finding inquiries of different types. That is, main objective is describing the state of affairs as it prevails at the time of study. So this is also called as ex post facto research. The researcher has no control over the variables and he only reports what has happened or what is happening. So this methods used like in the surveys, you can say in the correlations, then in the comparative methods they provide. So you can give examples like consumer performances, consumer preferences and frequency of purchases. These are all some examples of descriptive research. Coming to the analytical research, here it is used already available facts or information. Here the data is analyzed critically to make an evaluation of the subject. Next is applied versus fundamental research. Applied research, here it seeks to solve an immediate problem that is facing by an organization. Its primary goal is to determine a solution for the compelling practical problem. You have to provide the solution. Examples you can go include the research on socio and economic trends in the communication effectiveness. These are some of the examples. Next comes the fundamental, or you can say basic research. It is about the generalizations and the theory formulations. It is related to the natural phenomena or the pure mathematics falls under this category. It aims at generating the knowledge with broad future applications. Next comes the quantitative research or the qualitative research. Quantitative research, it deals with the aspects that can be quantified or expressed in terms of quantity, measurement of some quantity or the amount. You can say statistic methods of such as correlations, regressions, time series analysis. These are used in this quantitative research. In the qualitative research, it is concerned about the qualitative phenomena, that is like quality or kind. This type is important for the studies that reasons for the human behavior. Now, the techniques that include here is in-depth interviews, story completion, then sentence completion or word association tests. So these come under this. It is particularly significant in behavioral sciences. Next comes identify the steps to solve the worthwhile problem. Here, worthwhile problem is, what is that worthwhile research problem? It is a non-intuitive and even to someone who knows that area. So it is something like research community has been expecting for some time. So it may involve like major simplifications of theory or a new result or a new subject or new area. It provides a new method to improve the known methods with some practical applications of further work in that area. So it must be convinced or worthiness before beginning, has best part of the work when the work is being done. Not all the problems solved will be great, and major advancement may arise from the small problems handled effectively. Next comes the steps to solve this worthwhile problem. So there are 4 procedures related to the engineering research. The first one is understanding the problem. You have to understand it and restate it in its own words. In your own words, you have to restate that. Visualize the problem by drawing the figures and determine it more information is needed. Then planning the strategy. After knowing the problem, you need to plan. One must start somewhere and systematically explore the possible strategies. Try solving the problem or simple versions while looking through the patterns that had been solved previously. Next comes executing the plan, the main part where you check whether it works. What you have designed plan works. If it does not work, what you have to do, you have to start over with another approach. Repeated attempts may lead to a new idea. Next comes looking back and reflecting. Look back and reflect to understand and assimilate the strategy. So this acts as an investment in future. So thus you can say the worthwhile systematic, worthwhile problem solving involves the understanding, planning, execution, and the reflection. So this was all about the part 1 video of module 1. I hope everything is clear for you and it is given in a very detailed way so that you understand very easily while writing. Thank you for watching. Please do like, share and subscribe to Exam Ignite YouTube channel, and let's continue the next topic in